Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear students, and welcome you back in the last lecture of the lesson, which is actually an extract, an act taken from one of the most famous plays written by George Bernard Shaw, who was an Irish playwright, and the name of the play is Pygmalion. Okay? So we found that in this act, to be a lady, we find that there are four main characters: Leza, who is a flower girl; Hyginus, who is a professor, a rich person; Pickering, who is the colleague of Hyginus; and Mrs. Pierce, who is the housekeeper. So, in the very beginning, we found that Lisa is actually a simple girl, a plain girl. Her dress up is very simple. Her accent is not that very rich and showy as it was used by the decent women, by the duchesses. Okay, and her accent is very simple, like her dress up. So, what do we find? We find that she comes to Hyginus. She comes to Hyginus, the professor, to learn a decent accent at any cost. Okay, but on the other side, we find that Hyginus keeps her insulting continuously by calling her names, by calling her a dirty girl, by calling her that she does not have the good manners. Okay, she does not belong to a good culture. She is poor, she is dirty, she is backward and poor, and more things. On the other side, we find that Pickering defends her. Pickering supports her, and Hyginus, on the other side, he is not happy with the support of Pickering for Lisa, and he tells at the end that Mrs. Pierce should wash her out because she is dirty. What happens next? Let's begin. So what happens next is quite interesting because today we are moving towards the ending of the act. So what happens here? That when Lisa mentions that she is going to pay to learn the accent, to learn the language, okay, and she proposes 1 shilling. Got it? She proposes 1 shilling for an hour, per hour. When Hyginus finds that this is a good offer, this is a good offer, he thinks that it is a golden opportunity and he should not lose it. So finally, he accepts the offer and he wants to make the best use of the moment. So what does he think? He thinks that he will turn Lisa into a duchess. Okay? That is a woman who belongs to a noble family, a royal family, a rich family. Okay? So he thinks to mend her ways, he thinks to civilize her, so-called civilize her. He wants to teach her how to behave like a duchess. And similarly, he tells to Lisa that she will learn in 6 months. She will learn the beautiful descent in 6 months. And if she is more intelligent than he believes, then she will only learn in such a good accent in just 3 months. Okay? And he orders Mrs. Pierce to clean her, to wash her. You got it? And put off all of her clothes and burn them in the kitchen fire. But on the other side, we find that Lisa resists. She tells them that she is not a bad girl. Her clothes are not dirty. So why should they burn them? So Lisa, the flower girl, she calls Mr. Higgins a disrespectful man. Okay, she calls him that he is very hateful person. He has not even a bit of mercy left in him. That's why he rejects her. That's why he calls her names. She is now we find Lisa is so sad and she's scared of Hijni's behavior that she tells them that she would call the police. You got it? So finally, Hijni's he orders Miss Pierce that she should teach Lisa how to behave. Otherwise, she should throw her into a dustbin. Now, listen, he tells Mrs. Pierce to put her in dustbin. It means that she considers she is of inferior race. You got it? It is a very important word. She is of inferior race, huh? And she is worthless girl. She is very poor girl. She is very bad girl. That her place shoots to dustbin. On the other side, we find that Mrs. Pierce, she tells Higgins that he should not behave in such a forceful manner, in such an unkind manner with Lisa because she might belong to a well-to-do family. She might be married. On the other side, we find that Lisa tells them that who will marry her? Or who would marry her? Who is going to marry her? She's a simple girl. She's a poor girl. On the other side, Higgins tempts her. He tells that even each and every person would like to fall for Lisa, would like to marry Lisa. So on the other side, we find that here, Mrs. Pierce, she now speaks against Higgins for the first time because she is herself a woman. When she understands that Higgins tries to disrespect Lisa, she tells to Higgins that he has gone mad because he disrespects the girl, although she is poor. On the other side, Lisa tells Higgins that he is a mad person, he is nonsense, he has not left even a bit of shame in him, okay? Because he scolds her continuously. So when Higgins finds that he has made a mistake, he calls himself mad. He tells that he has gone out of order. He has used improper language. Okay, but still we find that he is not sorry, although he accepts he has used improper language. But he did not apologize to Lisa. You got it? So finally, he calls Lisa that he has planned something for Lisa, and Lisa will be very rich, and she will travel in taxis. She will eat rich food. She will be a lover of chocolates. She will be a lover of good clothes. Why so? Because he proposes to Lisa that he has arranged a job for her. And what is the job? The job is that she will get her place in the shop to sell flowers. Are you getting me? She will sell flowers in a shop, but there is some condition. The condition is that she has to behave like a duchess. She has to speak by using good words, by using good accent. You got it? And if she does not behave like duchess, like a good woman, then she would be forced to sleep in back kitchen among the black beetles. So beetles are a type of or a species of insects, and her place will be in the back kitchen. Okay. Not only this thing, if she fails, she will be handed over to police. You got it? So on the other side, we find that Lisa thinks, is it a quite appropriate offer? Because his niece tells her that she will start her job for the salary of 7 and 6 pence. Okay, she will be rewarded with the salary of 7 and 6 pence as a as a lady as a lady in a shop. Okay, so it will be her salary in a shop, but she has to act upon only one condition, that she should behave like a good woman, like a duchess. Okay, so on the other side we find that Lisa is silent and she sits on a chair and she broods, she thinks upon the offer as allotted by, as proposed by his niece. Okay, so this is how we find that, as we already read, that GB Shah attacks the British society. He here tells that it was divided on the basis of class, on the basis of creed, on the basis of gender, etc. And he shows through the character of Lisa, who is a simple girl, who is a common girl, and she is disrespected by a rich person who is his niece. Okay, so this is how we conclude the lesson. Inshallah, I shall see you in the next lecture with a new topic. Till then, take care and fi aman Allah.